Hi, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Pink Girly. I'm still not quite back to normal, but I do have somewhat of a manly voice. So I'm experiencing a little lightheadedness and some dizziness, which my doctor says is because I have fluid in my ears. Yay! But we're gonna color today. Of course, I just went to get my Prismacolor pencils and they're not where I thought they were. So I had to readjust my thumbnail. So forgive me for that. I have to go back and fix it. I think I just fixed the Instagram one. But anyway, welcome in, welcome in. It's nice to see you all. I saw Jacqueline's here and we've got Joyce. Welcome, welcome. How nice to see you. And I thought for today, being as I'm still a little loopy, I will color because for me, I don't have to think too much about coloring. It's not a lot of movement. And I just thought this might be, you know, better to do something like this. So I still have a little bit of some things hanging on, but I'm better. I'm much better. So I hope you're all doing well. So we'll see who all can join us today. I'm going to start by showing you my book. Mother's Day, I spent the day with my daughter and her family. And I think we got home, and I guess she gave her dad a call, and she said, "Dad, I forgot to give Mom her little gift that I picked up for her." So then we had a family party yesterday. My niece had a birthday party, first birthday party for my great nephew. Excuse me. If this gets worse, I'm just going to have to go. But um, I didn't go because of the dizziness, but my daughter sent my gift, and this is what it was: Green Portraits 3 by Lana Green. So I love to color, so I thought I'd do something out of this book. And I started fiddling around with it a little bit last night. I just thought I'd do a quick walkthrough. Now, this is put out by Amazon. In the front cover, they say the paper is Amazon Premium Color Paper. It's a more thick option among Amazon papers, and it's best for dry materials like colored pencils or pastels. I've really never noticed that before. But when I look at the pages, they do have a softer feel to them, and there's like a little bit of a sheen. So I did start before you got here because there's no, I don't color fast like some people we know. But the images are so cute. Oh, there goes my crazy phone. I'm really not that popular. But I'm going to be coloring a peony. Some people say peony, I say peony. So I thought I'd look up a picture on my phone. I think this one was a little weird, I think. I think that one's cool. I know not everybody's into coloring, but I really love it. So for some reason, I was really attracted to the one I picked out. What's Jacqueline got there? She got the book. She got the book. Now I'm going to put this in my, I do have an Amazon storefront, which, boy, that's on such a back burner. But if you wanted to support my channel, you could go there and just click on anything and then put in what you want. And I think for like 10 minutes, whatever you purchased would go towards my account, if that means anything at all. I started this one last night. But then I was no, don't be sorry. So I was so tired last night. I didn't get much done. Look. This reminds me that I have books with baby pictures like that in it. I really haven't colored much lately, to be honest. I would love to see this gal, draw. So this is the one I'm going to work on today. It's called Peony. So I started already putting some color down on her face. And I had intended to use my Christmas because I'm mostly, oh, look, a pomegranate. I'm mostly familiar with those colors, but let's face it, I am over the top with a lot of my art supplies. And I have 3 big pencil cases of color pencils. And I can't bend over right now because I'm just too dizzy. Oh, my nails match the cover? Oh, it does. So good. Good, good picking that up, Jacqueline. I didn't even notice. So, do I sound like a man? And I was going to try to use all color pencil, but I'm looking at her hair and I'm thinking, oh, I might want to do her hair red. And sometimes I like to do like a marker first because it's easier. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, look, isn't that pretty? So, and I really love I'm not drawing. I really love coloring faces. So this is just, I'm sure this is one that I had in my wish list on Amazon. So the daughter got it for me. There's Laura. Hi, Laura. How you be? Okay, I'm going to snip this because this is driving me here. Oh, thanks. Me too. At least I have some voice. Albeit a very deep voice. I have some voice, which is good. All right, so I did bring my camera down manually a little bit, so I don't know if this really is going to help. I might have to move. I'm going to try to color. Oh, don't worry about it. No worries, no worries. So I have some little bits here of pencils that I was using on another occasion. These are Prismas. And then you can get these little holders here. I got a set and I really never used them much. But Bonnie Snowden, she's a gal that lives in the UK. Look, somebody got to this pencil. Should we guess who? And Bonnie runs an academy, a color pencil academy, and she does amazing things with color pencils. She largely is an animal portrait artist, although she had started when I joined. I had to stop my membership there because my mom was so ill and I just didn't have time to put towards the color pencil work that I needed to. So anyway, but she's very talented, Bonnie Snowden, and you can find her online. But she uses these, and I thought, well, if she can use them, I can use them. Now I have several of them. Goodness, I have no idea where the other ones are, but it is really helpful for when the pencils start to get really low, and you still have plenty of lead in here. So as you can see, Lana Green, when she draws, um, I don't know that you would call this grayscale, but she does give you shadowing where you can make some deeper areas to give your picture, a little more life. And even on the flesh, you can see where she's like muddied up and made it a little darker. So I like to do my skin tones using the Light Flash Premier as my base. And then this is just regular flesh. Then I go in and start doing the shadowy type areas. And I went to look for my next color that I usually use, which is called Nestor, I believe. And that's when I discovered the pencil case I pulled out is not my Prismacolors. Wah, wah, wah. So I'm just going to have to wing it. Oh, thanks, Jacqueline. Oh, she is She is on her game today, that Jacqueline. Lovely. So if you have any questions for me, just put it in caps if you will, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Now, you might be able to tell, I don't know if you can tell. Is my camera, am I close enough, or should I try to move my camera down more? You can see I didn't put any color here yet. See, she's just looking a little pale. Now, on other coloring books, I've tried to do dark skin, and I'm really not very good at it. I need a lot more practice. So, when you're coloring live and you have people watching you, I think most of us would like to color something where they can be a little more successful and, where it's going to turn out and look good. So, today I'm doing light skin. And I'm just using real light pressure. If you are not familiar with coloring or using color pencils, it's mostly about layering. So you start really light. It may look like I'm pressing harder than I am, but I'm just pressing a little bit. And then as I use my color pencils, I go from light to darker. See, this is part of the coloring book here where it's just super dark underneath her chin. And you don't always have to stay in the shades of flesh for that. You could do a black or a dark charcoal. I might do a charcoal. Let's see. And the one thing that there's this girl that was on Instagram for years. I kind of stopped following her. She's from another country. Her name is Daphne, and she mostly colored flowers and flora, fauna, botanical stuff. And her coloring is just incredible. And I think what I like about her is, like, you see how these lines, for the person that draws it, draws their lines. Well, the flowers that she does, somehow she is able to cover that dark line. So her images go from color to color changes, but you don't see that black line. It's just natural. I don't know how to describe it. You should be able to find her on Instagram. I think she probably is still on there. And then she would post a picture, and she would have pencils, laying on her picture. Like they say, put things on your picture so people can't steal your work. And I would be straining trying to see what colors she used, but she must have some technique that she uses, whether she erases that or she puts some kind of a sealant on it first. I have no idea, because when I asked her, she doesn't answer. She doesn't share. And that's fine. But for somebody like me, it's very intriguing. I just would like to figure it out, how she does it. All right, so I need to go back to this light peach, and do this other little shoulder here. And so I think the pencils that I have available to me today are my polychromo and I think I have Lumineer and maybe some, uh, gosh, Carandash or something like. Oh, look. Oh, really? I haven't looked her up in a long time, Jacqueline. She's got, hey, Ange. Now, she doesn't have, I mean, Lana Green, I'm talking about here. She doesn't have a shadow under that leaf, but I think I might like to put one. So, when I think of a peony, I think of pink. I would think you could probably get them in a lot of different colors. And I don't really know. I should have asked my husband. But um, yeah, she didn't have a last name, or she's like from the Ukraine or somewhere, or so, she's from some different land. Very talented. Anyway, I forget what I was saying. Shocker. Well, it's really a nice day here today. My husband's got this project going on at church, planting project, trying to get the front of the church to look, nice. So I think he's headed back out in a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing okay, guys? Is it all right, or should I try to move my camera down? Okay, I want to put a little bit of a deeper color on top of this little, like, eyelet lace here on her dress. So I'm thinking her dress, I'll do pink as well. But now that I'm using different pencils, I don't know what color pink I might use. Now, as I color, I'm pressing a little harder towards this line, and then kind of fade it out and lighten up as I go across, so it kind of like blends in. If that makes any sense. And then I come back with the lighter color right over top and kind of pull it out. Ideally, you don't want any kind of a line. You want it to be very gradual. At least I do. You might like a definite line. So everybody's got to do what they like, right? Um, this paper is nice. Some of the paper, like in the what's his name? Benedict somebody. No, Bennett. Hmm. Some of the color books have, they call it creative space paper, I think. To me, that's very hard to color on and to get any kind of a gradual look to it. But this is working. This paper seems really pretty nice. Now under here, around this flower, I kind of have a line there. Now some of that is just shadowing that the color page, the artist provided. So sometimes it's hard to blend that in, at least for me. So you can still see kind of a little line there. I have to decide what color eyeball I want to. Maybe green. Maybe a little green. This is lime peel. That's my favorite color. Of course, we just have the one eye. So I like to put in a base color. And then I usually come back with a darker green. This one, I don't remember what this one is. This one's like I think it's marine. It might be marine or kelp or one of those. Got a nice point on there. So in the eye, the artist gives it some different definition, little dark spots. So I'm going to hit that with this darker green, and I'm going to hit the outside edge of the eye as well. And then up towards the top. Try to deepen that in. And then I'm just going to put a little shadow of green next to her. Okay. And come in with some white. I have to find my white color pencil. I mean my white gel pen. All right, so now I want to find a darker flesh color so I can deepen up some of these shadow areas. I did do our part. And I'm using some white too to try to make some of these other areas that I want to be stick out more and be brighter. Underneath of her eyebrow, the bridge of her nose, the top of her nose, a little light spot on her lips, and the little top of her chin. All right, let's see what I have. Okay. What did I do with? Now, when I was part of and participating in the Bonnie Snowden Academy, she doesn't use Prismacolor Premier pencils. I think she doesn't use them because she says they're too soft for what she does. She works on pastel, which they say pastel paper. It kind of has a little scratchy surface. And so when she uses her pencils and colors, it kind of puts crumbles down into the paper, and then you can move that around and kind of manipulate it, and she gets her shadowing and stuff that way. So that's just her thing. So I think I might pull this out. Let's see what this is. Olive green. Oh no, maybe not. That looked more gray to me. So I'm looking for.
Going.
Okay, hon.
No cards.
No cards?
No cards all of June.
Oh, okay.
They're booked every Sunday.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll try this raw umber because it's not real dark, but it's a little dark. And Let's see what this one is. Just a brown. That might work. Of course, we're going to need to sharpen that one. And I wanted a gray for under her chin, I think. I just don't really know these. This is a warm gray. So this is Faber-Castell, and these are polychromos. And I don't use them that much because, well, I kind of save them for if I'm doing a like a drawing piece, like I would do for the academy. Because they are more expensive, and of course, you know, you just grind them down with your pencil sharpener. So I try to keep them and use my Prismacolors for this kind of coloring. But alas, I don't know where I put them. And I just don't have, I'm just not in the right frame of mind to go digging. So what are you talking about? And just cutting mats. So I'm going to try to deepen her face along the edges, like inside of her ear here. Using a little bit more pressure towards the edge. Hey, Kel. Kel, I meant to message you earlier and then I forgot. Oh well. I'll message you later. All right, I'm going to get up under her chin. Now, I don't know if you can really see. It's looking a little greenish to me. Up close and personal. If you're new to coloring or you're not really into coloring or you want to try it and you might think, oh, well, mine doesn't look like other people's. Well, first of all, that's okay. Second of all, sometimes it's a little scary to go dark, you know, but the darker you go, the more contrast you have. Usually, the happier you are with the end result. Now I've switched to the brown. Just trying to deepen some of those little areas. And try to create some definition on her face. On her little face. Ah, jeez. As soon as he leaves, the phone rings. You know, I'm going to grab that because it's my son and... Oh, wait a minute. I have to get the phone. He had an accident last night. Oh. Hello? Hello? Hey, Dad just left and I'm online. Are you okay?
Just got the car rental, had to go all the way down to help me park because
Oh, jeez.
yeah, so I had to spend another like $40 on another Uber ride, so because they closed at 12, so I had no time to get antsy to because the one in Bristol Pike had no cars, and they were just going to call everybody tomorrow and not let anyone know. So yeah, so
All right.
so, but I need another 100 because I had to put it on my J card.
Okay. Okay.
So when I'll get back to you, but
Call Dad's cell.
whatever, gonna get some.
Call his cell. Okay, hon? All right.
You're not in church?
Yeah, he went back to church to work in the garden.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Call him right away.
All right. Call me. Yeah, call me when you're done streaming.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Sorry, guys. It's like when it rains, it pours as usual. He said he didn't have a headache or anything. Last night he was going through an intersection. From what I understand, he does Uber. He does Uber or Lyft or whatever he does. He transports people to help make extra money. And in the evenings, it's usually better as far as revenue for him. Anyway, he was down the city, Philadelphia, and going through an intersection, and he had the green light. But this other person had the red light and decided to, for whatever reason, blow the light and nailed the front of his car. Of course, they didn't stop. So, anyway, he says he's okay. But then he had trouble with getting a rental car. Of course, it's, Sunday. All right, so I'm using this gray underneath her chin to really try to get some. Yeah, I was wondering. I said to him, because he was sitting down the city waiting for the tow truck to come. And there were a couple of folks that stopped or came off to the car and asked if he was okay, which was really nice. But he said the police don't come out anymore. So, well, he's 39. He'll deal with it. But it's just, I've said this before. This kid can't seem to get a break. Hey, there's Dar. Hi, Dar. Thank you. All right, so maybe a little color on her cheek. I'm going to use my Prisma. It's a salmon color. It's a real light peachy color, which I love. But looks like this one, from being in my pencil case, might be have a little crudgy on it. So just going to rub some of that off. Now, of course, most of this cheek is hidden, so I like to start up like next to the eyeball and just start to add some color in. Sometimes I do a darker. Need a brush. Need a brush. Need a brush. Need a brush. They recommend you don't with your hand because it can push the color into the paper. Okay, Laura, she's going to get a beverage. Now, sometimes I like to do a little bit of a pink and then put the peach on top. Maybe we'll give her some dark pink lips. Let's see. This is also a Prismacolor processed red. And let's block in some of this. I know Jacqueline colors sometimes, but I don't think she's super crazy about it. Does anybody else color? I don't know that Kel's colors. Kel, do you color? I don't think she does. I mean, I really could color 24/7. Gotta go real light over that little white patch because I want it to be lighter, but I don't want it to be stark. You don't have the patience for it? I like seeing what it can become. All right, now here's where I wish I had my other pencil case. I know as soon as I'm done streaming, I'm going to move something and it's going to be right there. I'm going to like, man. Here's a light. This might be good. Because I want to do the peonies like the same coloring. Although a little bit of orange might be. Now these are Caran d'Ache Luminate, how do you say this? So Luminance. They're a nice pencil. But I don't have a lot of any one of them because I would just purchase what I needed for the Bonnie Snowden projects, you know. This is a red velvet. That might look nice on her lips. And this here is a... It's hard for me to read some of these. Oh, this is a I call this coral, but that might... we'll see. I might have stepped away, or maybe she's cooking. She could be cooking. I'm thinking this color might be good on her hair. Red violet. Ooh. Let me put that in here. Let me see if I like it. Well, I kind of do. I mean, my hair is purple. Well, my hair used to be purple. Those designer colors are, they fade real easily. And I don't think I had the, right shampoo. So I have a lot of blue. Right now it's a lot of blue and there's a little bit of purple left. What's Ange saying? Jacqueline, I'm like you. I use crayons. There's Kel. Her bangs are green. I love her green bangs. All right, let's deepen these lips a little bit here. Well, the Phillies got hammered last night. Mostly by an ex-teammate. I'm still not happy about that trade. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, let's see. Now, I think these are petals, not leaves. This is a leaf here. I really don't see too many other leaves. I'm going to go ahead and make this one leaf a lime peel, which I love. I just love this color. Of course, I love green. I'm just adding a little pressure where I want some contrast. Now, when I looked up a peony, the peony I looked up is a lot more of a ruffly kind of a look. I'll show you in a minute. I think I want to use this coral color on her cheek, right at the very top. Oh, good, Kel. And your air conditioner's working good? Kel had a little bit of a situation. Okay, I just deepened, I don't know if you can tell, deepened right up in here a little bit. I'm going to go back in with this. The AC works great. Superb. Now for her hair, I'm trying to make little strokes that mimics, thanks, Jacqueline, mimics, little strands of hair. Now, like I said, Bonnie Snowden does animal portraits. I mean, this woman's talent is unbelievable. But that's one of the things she says. Like, you want to color, if the animal fur is going this way, you don't want to color up and down. You want to color the way the fur goes. Even if you're not doing, individual hairs at that point, even just like the underneath. So I'm just kind of scratching in this darker color. I probably should have started later. Now, another favorite color of mine with Prisma is the dark purple. I'm going to wish I had that. Oh, Foodie Judy. Foodie Judy. I'm just going to press a little harder in some of these spots. Maybe come in with this gray. Mm. Mm. I'm going to try to do this hair here. So I want it real sharp. Try not to put too much color right in there so it looks like a highlight. Just try a little pink under here. I'm scooting up from the bottom. Just drawing lines, really. So what's everybody else been up to? I've kind of been out of commission. Still a little out of commission. Cal, I'll let you answer. What's Ange doing? I really love this 3D flowers that I've been making. You can use them on anything. Cool, Ange. Are you using them on the cards? I've been wanting to eat some soup, but I don't feel like making it. You're using them on anything I think of using them. Are you getting ready for another town fair, Ange? Is there something else coming up? Or you're just working on your inventory? Oh, I was going to show you the picture of the peony. I keep getting this ad for instant hydration. I hope I didn't sign up for anything. Jeez. See, this one's got a much, and there's probably different varieties, right? This has got more of a rough edge than this. This is more like what I'm used to. But see how it's real dark in like towards the throat of the flower, and then almost white on the edges. That's what I'm going to shoot for. So Ian says yes, June 9th. Cool. Can you believe it's June? Jeez. Somebody's having a birthday in June. Somebody that's here is having a birthday in June. I don't know, Joyce. I would think so. You are, Laura? You have a birthday in June, too? Yeah, I would think that they would deliver on Sunday. Oh, that's annoying, right, Joyce? Oh, Doris, June 2, June 8th, June 12th. And what do you call the 6th? Am I remembering right? There's our Judy, and she's June 2. June 5th. Oh, Judy, you're a youngin'. You're a youngin'. Yeah, hair don't look too bad. Let's give her a dark eyebrow here with the right color there. All right. All right. Let's see. I want something. I wish I had something lighter than that pink to block in my flowers. But I don't think I have anything. Oh, I have this. This is yet a different. This is, I think, a Pablo. There's so many different pencils. This is called Granite Rose. This is also by Karen Dosh. This is called Pablo. It's a very nice light pink. And it's a very soft, creamy pencil. Kelly, you're going to get supposed to get a little package today, but I didn't check on the timing. All right, I'm just going to quickly throw in this. This is a beautiful pink. This is more of a peachy pink, I think. A peachy pink, I think. So you can't even hardly tell. I'm doing the whole fleur. That might be a green leaf in there. I'm going to make it a green leaf. I'm just trying to move quick. I'm using the side of my pencil, and I'm just trying to get a base, just so it's not white. It's not super pinky. That kind of looks like a leaf, but not really. But it's a different shape than these petals, so I'm going to make it a leaf. Oh, well, Judy. May's a busy month in my family. My nephew has adopted a kitten I had trouble finding one locally to adopt, so the kitten's coming from Texas. Finally gained enough weight to get surgery the other day, so I don't know if he's on a bus yet or not, but he's supposed to arrive June 5th. So we're all excited about that. My first time pet owner. First time pet owner. Hey, Malia. How are you? How's all the kiddos? And the hubby? I think I might do her dress in this color too. All right, so that's my base color. Now, this isn't really pinky pink. I kind of like this rose color here. So I'm just going to come in and start deepening mostly in towards the center. Oh, really, Kel? June 1st? Aw. Just everywhere there's a little dark, deep crevice. Just adding some color. Try to deepen it up. Like a lot of flowers, the center is usually a little darker, right? So, my neighbor who's 96, you've heard me talk about her before. I got her started on painting watercolor. I mean, she's always liked doing cards and stuff, but she's kind of bound to her chair now. So I've talked about this before. She really likes Bob Ross, and she watched him. She watches him religiously. Um, but he works with oil paint, or he did. I don't know if that is exclusively, but what I watched years ago, he did. And it's just hard to do his technique with watercolor. And she was really doing like barns and landscapes, and just because she's got nothing to do but watch TV. So with the watercolor, even if it gets on her, it's not that big of a deal because it's just water based. So that's been working out okay. Well, I suggested maybe she should try some flowers. So I had gotten her like a little how-to book for watercolor flowers. Oh my gosh. Yes, Jacqueline. I've created a monster. I can't buy watercolor paper fast enough. Who broke their wrist? Oh, what did I miss? Oh, your daughter? Oh. Oh. Oh no. Our son broke his arm in his growth plate, right? Like right here. My gosh, I remember it like it was yesterday. I forget how old he was, though. Old enough to know better. I'll say that. He had to be 6 or 7. We were at friend's house. They had a swing set in the backyard. And Brian was swinging really high and then jumping off. You know, being a kid. She's a trooper. Aw. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those casts get cruddy. So we told him, don't do it. Don't do it again. Well, guess what? We did it again. We're standing right there with our friends. Well, we're still standing there watching him. He leaps off, goes down, hits the ground, and hits with his elbows. Oh my gosh. So that was a long night. And it's hard to have compassion for somebody when they don't listen and then they break their arm. I kept saying to my husband, I think you broke it. I think you broke it. Well, he can move his fingers. I said, I still think he broke it. He broke it. So, needless to say, our visit was cut short. I think that's the only broken bone, though. I don't think, well, no, that's not true. Colleen broke her collarbone. I forgot about that. I mean, you hear some people, especially people that have boys, they like have broken bones all the time. So I guess we were fortunate. So now I'm thinking maybe I'll try to put a little orange in here. Yeah, his arm was okay. I mean, we took him to I guess the orthopedic guy. Would it be the orthopedic guy? Whoever you're supposed to take him to for that. He said he thought he'd be okay. So they casted it, and yeah, he's never had a problem. Thank the Lord. I was going to tease and say, yeah, now his one arm drags on his one arm drags on the ground. But no, he's fine. Yeah, I think I busted my toe when we were just on vacation. It's still sore, but it was really fat and all swollen. I whacked it on something. My little toe. My one sister's like, you should go to the doctor. I'm like, they're just gonna tape it. They're not gonna do anything. So I taped it to the toe next to it. That didn't last too long. But it's still a little uncomfortable wearing shoes. So I just wear sandals. And it'll be all right. Oh my goodness. Oh, Laura. Oh my. Was he like in a body cast then? Jeez, what do they do for. Mm. Our daughter was in college. And she had a friend that lived in, yeah, it was like a body cast on the bottom. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's awful. And she had a friend that lived in no, Maryland, I think it was. One of the guys at school. There's like four of them, I think, that hung out all the time. Well, she had a car, and it had snowed, and they said, "Oh, let's go down to, oh, what the heck's his name? I could see his face. I'm not thinking of his name. Let's go down to his house. We can stay over. We can go sledding. We can do this. We can do that." So they all headed down. She was driving, of course. So they go to this on this hill to sled, and her roommate Steph and her, they're on oh my goodness, Kel. So of course I have no idea. She's a college, you know. So I get a phone call. She sounded funny. Mom, I'm in the hospital. I'm okay, I think. I'm like, what? They think I broke my collarbone, but they're still checking. I'm like, okay. So her girlfriend Steph and her, they decide to, go down this hill on a sled. Colleen was down flat, face down, head first. And Steph decided to, she'd ride down too, but on top of her. So she laid on top of her, and down they went, and they wiped out. And she thought she broke her neck. She couldn't move. There was a guy there sledding that was an EMT. So he came over. He says, "Yes, I think you broke your collarbone." Was that over several years you did that, Cal? Or like were you in an accident and all that happened at once? So her friends whose house they had gone to, him and his dad were with her at the hospital. Gosh, I can't remember that kid's name. So he drove the car back. And she had to come home, so she came home. I mean, she went to the college I worked at, so it was real close to where we live, so that wasn't a problem. But in her dorm room, they had bunks. She couldn't get in the bunk. So she would, and of course they don't cast that. They put you in a, what do they call it, Cal? A butterfly sling or something like that. It was over many years. So she started to really stink. I'm like, honey, we got to get this sweater off of you so you can get in the shower. And she's like, I can't really raise my arm. Figure eight. Oh, I think they called it a butterfly here. Bye, Ange. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, Ange. Pink with white lace. So I said, I'll just cut the sweater off of you. And she's screaming, no, no, it's my favorite sweater. I don't want my sweater cut. See, the pencils, you can just keep layering different colors on top. And if you know what you're doing, you can really get a nice color, get what you want, which, I don't really know. I'm just fiddling around. So she wouldn't let me cut it, so she raised her arm. She was in agony, but we got that sweater off of her so she could get in the shower. Let's just say her kids don't go sledding too much. I think her husband takes them, but I don't think she's happy about it. I don't think she goes. I have to say, I was happy about that part of it. I never did like sledding. Somewhere here, I should have some kind of a white. I don't know how well this one works. I have a white. Oh, this might be it. Oh, yeah, this might be it. Okay. I haven't used this in a while. What's the name of that company that does the pens? Really? No, I don't think this is it. This looks like it's out of juice. It's not a gel pen. That's glittery. It's no, it's not that. It's a really well known um name of a pen. Signo. This is what I want. I have this in white somewhere. And it's really a good white pen. It might be in the other room. I don't think this one. I could do this in her eye. That looks better. I'm just picking out some places randomly to put some bright white. You got carried away there. Okay. So, of course, there's more to do in the flowers, right? Um, I think I'm just going to use this paint pen here on this lace. And it's got two little dots in there to give it that eyelet look. I'm going to go back with a black pen, and then maybe I'll just make this white. Oh, there's some down here. So maybe I'll use a gray pencil, see how that goes. All right, so now I want that to dry, and I'm going to come back with this pink that I used to base in the flowers. Now, just like with anything else, when you're building a journal or anything you're working on, you can just keep fussing with it and keep fussing with it. At some point, you have to say, okay, I'm going to call it done. But I mean, there's a lot more I need to do to the flowers. I should probably put some white highlights in her hair too. Kind of make that pop. I know I took a bunch of my Prismacolor pencils on vacation in like a zippered pencil case so they traveled easier, not one of those big things. So I have to find where to put that too. It's got an eyelash. See, I'm going the wrong way there. Now I got a line. Just don't do that. Don't do what I did. You want to go this. If your lace is going this way, you should color up and down. And I'm trying to smoosh up into that line. And I went across, and now I got a line. So now I got to work that out. You always got to be thinking. You always got to be thinking. So I want it really dark in here. I'll put a little bit of that. What do I call this? Pale geranium. Pale geranium lake. Lovely. This is lovely. I appreciate orange much more than I did many years ago. I don't know, it's probably my fourth. Well, no, it might be like my third favorite color these days. I really like it. So where the ruffles go in, and then this little white band, putting some darker color. The little folds of the ruffles. And I'm adding geranium on top. Put it real dark up under the ruffle here. And then I have a whole box of white, and I actually know where that is, but I'm still using this little nub. It's not very bright. So I'm really only kind of using 3 or 4 colors. You know, if you can count the green, I didn't use much green. My flesh colors, and then a few of the peachy, pinky colors. Now under here, that's her arms, so maybe I'll use that gray. You know, I think I'm going to call it a day, ladies. Been here an hour and a half, which isn't long, I know, but I need to go to the bathroom. And I think my voice is doing okay, but I don't want to push it. And I hope you understand. I think I've put everybody to sleep. Have you all gone to sleep? Are you sleeping? Oh, you're welcome, Dar. My pleasure. It was, a little, when you stream for a while and you're used to doing it, it's one thing. But then when you take off for a while, getting back into it, it's a little. Oh, I think I'm going to need a. I think I'm going to need a pen. These little eyelet marks in. So she needs some more work, of course. Coloring takes a while. Like Jacqueline said, she doesn't have the patience for it. So we've been at it for an hour and a half, and there's still lots to do. But I think she's coming along nicely. I like the colorings. Look, there's something there. Ooh, I should have used my brush. Anyway, I'll probably work on this some more sitting in front of the TV. But hey, thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I did miss you. And I'm hoping with each passing day, I'll feel a little bit more like myself if I can get this. The doc says it's just going to take time for that liquid to, drain out of my ear. So other than feeling a little dizzy, I don't feel too bad. So anyway, so happy June. We've got a lot of birthdays. I don't think I'll remember them all, but I'll try. If you come into chat and I'm on, we'll sing happy birthday. Not today, though. So thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I think Mary will be on later as usual, unless she gets tuckered out working in the yard or something. I don't know that she works in the yard on Sunday. Maybe she takes Sunday off. I don't know. Maybe. So take care of yourselves, okay? And don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. And until next time, bye for now.